Okay, and now we are back for the last part of the mixdown, which is synths and vocals. Two fairly easy ones to mix down again. We've got quite a few synths going on in this one, so it may take a bit of time. And same with the vocals, there's quite a lot of variation in the vocals going on. So we'll get that done, and then we will do one final check over, and I will show you some cool tricks to get a DJ master so you don't have to pay for masters all the time. So again, let's grab all of them, turn them off, and I'm going to grab this main synth, which is the rolling synth, almost percussion like textural noises throughout the whole of the track, which is this one here. I'm going to turn off this processing. I'm going to get rid of all of that. I'm going to just redo it. I have more trust in my ears nowadays than I do 6 to 8 months ago. Okay, so we're going to start out with a fab filter. Just tidy the loop up, and I feel like some compression to glue it all together. Maybe some saturation at the end. We'll see. Let's just have a look at what we've got on the bus as well. Right, let me turn it off. So there's a lot of low end going on in this one. So let's clean that up. Sounds good though. So listen to these highs. So sort of anything from that 5k range can be cut. It's just can't hardly hear it. So let's do that. Let's give it a boost here. Can't really hear any resonances, so I'm just going to leave that as it is, to be honest. So I'm going to make it more central. There, so that's... Maybe try a bit of ping pong, see what's going on with that. So now we've done some EQing, I feel like it's going to need some compression. So let's use this H compressor and try the transient enhancer. It's compressing it quite heavily, so I'm just going to actually bring down the threshold. Change the ratio. Okay, because there's a lot of peaks going on in this one, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a limiter on it. So I'm going for this L3 limiter. I'm just bringing down the threshold until it starts catching those peaks with the attenuation. See how that's working now? Everything's just a bit more controlled and I don't have to worry about those peaks getting too loud. So now we have this. So then the only other thing I'm going to put on it is some sidechain. Now we have this square wave synth, which I've just EQ'd and added some stereo savage to. Sounds nice. Volume sounds good to me. This bass synth here, which is one of my signature sounds. Just going to EQ some of that low end out. I'm actually going to keep a little bit in. You can sort of see there, I'm actually cutting just before 100. I want that to have a bit of power when it comes in. It doesn't come in often, so you don't really have to worry about it causing mud because it's in for less than 2 seconds of a track. So even if there is a tiny bit of mud caused by having a low end in it, it's for 2 seconds of a track, no one's going to notice. Just going to check the level of it. So I've got it quite loud. Again, it's literally not that far off being the same volume as the kick. Again, I want that effect in the mix of when it comes in, so you have this whoom, boom, boom. Whoops. You have that big effect when it comes in. It's not in all the time, so it's not going to overpower the kick, but even if it's a bit too loud, it happens so frequent that it just ends up having a really nice effect within the track. So we've got this one here, which we need to hunt down. He's over here, so let's grab him. It's like a little sort of square wave or saw probably knock. Gonna add some decapitator to it as well. So you're gonna put that this way around. And we're gonna apply an EQ to it and get rid of some of that load. probably doesn't need a boost, and I can probably get away with cutting some of these highs. Actually, that sounds good in my opinion. So we've almost got like a little resonancy boost. And I think I'm going to have this one mono. So make sure he's dead central. You can probably come up in volume by quite a bit. Right, erosion it is. So we use a sine setting, see. So we're going to pick. Just add in a little bit of texture again, just roughing it up with it off. Just makes it sound a bit more analog, which is what I try and achieve with my tracks. That top hat sounding really nice when it comes in now. I think originally I never noticed that. So we're actually going to bring this main synth up a tad. So we're looking out for this one here, which has a really nice cool and response between the square wave bass. So it's very quiet. I'm quite surprised. Might sound quite a nice pound actually. Maybe not. We'll add some whip to it, and using the Stereo Savage. And I'm just going to apply an EQ. Sounds nice. So get another bass synth. Sounds really nice in my opinion. I'm a massive fan of these sort of dubby FM bass sounds. So I'm just checking I've got rid of the white noise feature in this Juno 60 chorus. And I don't know what made me decide to leave all the bass in of all the synths, but must have not been thinking straight that day. So let's cut. Again, I'm going to leave a tiny bit just before 100, just so I can get some of that low end in. It's really starting to come together now, I think. So I am going to use erosion again on this one, because it's really helping just get that sort of analog sound. going through some chorus. I'm going to distort as well. Solo that. Maybe bring down the drive a little bit. And we are going to then EQ this again. Sounds nice with that little boost there. We're going to also cut for, doesn't need any of that information from where I've just cut. And there's one more for breaks here, so let's have a look at that. So all I'm going to do for this one, because it sounds alright as it is, I'm just going to add a bit of colour to it and make sure there's a side chain on it as well. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Check for level. Track's almost there now, just got the vocals to do. Bit of bus processing. Shame we're getting that CPU usage. Right, so bus processing on the synths. Silence it. Very simple processing, so all I do, believe it or not, is fairly similar to how I've processed all my other buses. So we've got the fab filter, PewTech EQ again, and then we've got this SSL channel strip instead of the drum strip. And then I will probably end up using the fab filter Saturn. Turn these off in a minute. And we're going to do the same as I've done on all the other buses. We're going to listen to the group. We're going to listen to, we're going to listen to the group in the mix. So looks like we can get something around the 1K range, get a bit more out of that. Maybe sort of 700 odd. Yeah, so gonna go 700, start boosting those. Turn the plugin on. Not going to bother with any dips, and we are going to boost at 2K. Gain stage, so let's turn it off. So 15.3 if we go by that reference hit. So that's actually making it a little bit quieter. Definitely doesn't sound quieter though. So we'll leave that as it is. And before we start playing around with the drum strip and Saturn, we're just going to do a cut there. Okay, so now we're going to go on for the drum strip. Once again, this is a very complicated plugin, but luckily with these complicated plugins, there's plenty of really good presets to choose from. For me, I literally used the first one again. It seems like all I do is use the first one, but it really just helps bring everything together. You can see that it works similarly to the drum strip. It has compressor section, gates, filters, EQs. I tend to not muck around with this one. I should be using good synths to start with, so for me it's just a case of making all the synths I've used sound cohesive than a bunch of different sounds. And I haven't even got a gain stage because it looks like it is fine. And then we're just going to use Saturn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a plus. Whoops. So in this band, I'm not actually going to drive anything at all because this is primarily sort of like my low end. But this band, I'm really going to drive quite hard to get some more colour into it. So I'm definitely going to have to gain stage now. Not by much, only about a dB. Remember when gain staging with these plugins where you can split the bands to use the mix. So this one here. There we go, so that's about right. What we're going to do now is duplicate the fab filter, plonk him on the end, go through with the headphone. So I'm just going to knock that one back. Very slightly. That's it, synth's done.